A question that we get often is, how do I use Twitter to increase my website visitors and to earn revenue? And it's a great question because Twitter is one of the most popular websites on the net today. They've got tens of millions of users. I think the last count we heard was 50 or 60 million users they were up to. So it's a great place to find people and to network. But what I kind of need to stress to you here is that Twitter isn't a direct marketing channel. So you might think about direct marketing channels like Google, where people literally go on Google and they search for how to buy something, or they search for product reviews, or they search for more information about a particular product that they want to buy. They're sort of in that buying mode depending on what they're searching for. And there's a lot of places where you can buy banner space that sort of interrupts that flow. So somebody might be on a recipe site and you've got a banner for a kitchen product or a cookbook or something like that. That's sort of interruption marketing. That can work too, but not as effectively as, say, search marketing, where you're kind of capturing people at that buying stage. And then if you look at sites like Twitter, just like email or Facebook or other sort of sources, if you sent a message to all of your Facebook friends asking them to buy something, you're not going to get a really good response from those friends because people don't want to be sold to by their friends. And Twitter is sort of a similar channel for that. What a lot of people think they can do is go to Twitter and build up their followers and then just spam everybody and hope that they can get enough clicks and sales on their affiliate links or whatever it might be. And the problem with that mentality is that you're sort of thinking about Twitter as short term. And I like to think about Twitter as a house party. And so if you go to a house party and you're a real estate agent and you're walking up to every single person and saying, hey, thinking of buying or selling a house? Here's my card. Hey, thinking of buying or selling a house? Here's my card. And that's what a lot of people do when they go on Twitter. They start spamming URLs out, go to this page, go to this page, hey, you, go to this page. And they don't really make a good impression when they do that. But when you go to a party and it's a social environment, you don't usually talk about what you do unless it's asked, unless someone says, so what do you do? And you say, oh, I'm a real estate agent. And people remember that. And when the time comes for them to need a real estate agent, your hope is that they may call you or they may refer a friend to you or whatever the case may be. And that's sort of how Twitter works. And so I'm going to show you here on my computer how to maximize your effectiveness for Twitter when you're doing that networking, when you're sort of getting involved in what they call the conversation. And it starts with your profile here. And I'm just going to click on Edit Your Profile. Now this is my particular profile. So if you just scroll over here to the tabs, you've got Account, Password, Mobile, Notices, Profile. So we're going to click on Profile here. And you can see it gives you an opportunity to put in your profile pictures. So don't put in a picture of your website or your product. Put your face on there. People want to know you, the person. They don't want to know your product box cover or your website logo or something else. Those Twitter accounts tend to get a lot less attention. So use your face. Put in your real name or your company name as sort of a secondary, but I really suggest using your real name on Twitter. Your physical location. And of course, you've got to put in the address to your website. Whatever your website is, whether you've got it here with us at eProfits or you've got a website on your own or your own domain, put that in there. And then make sure that you have a really good biography. And in my case, what I've done is I've actually just put in, because you only have so much space, you have 140 characters to put in a biography, I've put in just a comma-separated list of sort of the things that define me as a person or as a business person. And then you just click on Save, and that will update your profile. And then you'll have a profile that's a little bit easier for people to search. So as for instance, I'm a vegan, so I've got the word vegan on my profile, and I follow a lot of vegans, and I tweet a little bit about vegan food, vegan recipes. I take a lot of pictures of my wife Claire's recipes, and I post them up on Twitter, that kind of thing. So I have a fairly big vegan following on Twitter. So how do you do that? Well, there are various software applications out there to help you do this. I'm going to show you the really bare bones basic way of doing it in your browser so that you can kind of see how it's done at the grassroots level. But if you want to invest, or not even invest, but just download some free applications, the ones that I recommend are TweetDeck and Hootsuite. Hootsuite actually runs in the browser. TweetDeck runs on your desktop, and they also have an iPhone, iPad, various applications. TweetDeck is my favorite. And what a lot of these applications allow you to do is set up search streams. And I'm just going to enter a search here into Twitter. I'm going to search for vegan. I'm kind of sticking with the vegan theme with all my examples here because it works for me. And what you get is you get a list of all the recent vegan tweets. And so here's a good example. Someone says, check out this awesome recipe for coconut butter cookies from the Mommy Bowl, grain-free, vegan, no starches, blah, blah, blah. So, you click on the link and it maybe takes you to a blog post where somebody's posted a recipe. Hey, these cookies look pretty good. So all I would do is I would go back to that search stream. Now, again, if you do this in software, it's a lot cooler. But you can just click reply to this person, and it'll bring you to the Twitter reply screen, and you can say, looks delicious. And hit reply. Now, all I did there was I sent out a single tweet. And of course, again, sending out any one thing is not going to make you rich. It's not going to get millions of people to click on your profile link or anything like that. But I'm doing a search for something in my particular niche. And let's say, for instance, if I were selling a vegan cookbook, I might have a vegan cookbook link as my profile link for you to go and buy that cookbook. Or you might have a link to your blog, and you might be talking about something in your own category. And those searches that you enter could be anything from the word vegan to RC cars that you're involved in, or some other club that you're into, photography. Maybe you like to shoot with a Canon digital SLR. You want to search for people who use the same camera. Whatever it might be, whatever blog or whatever area of interest that you're in, you can enter in search words or search phrases into the Twitter search and start replying to people that are talking about the same niche category that you are. And the hope is this. The hope is that those people appreciate what you're saying or want to more importantly, get more involved in that conversation with you. And you can ask them questions to get them to kind of reply to you. And what happens is more and more people will start following you. More and more people will go to your profile, and they'll click on that link in your profile that goes to your website. I know it sounds like a lot of work for a little return. The reality is that like a lot of these things, there's a sort of a point of momentum where when you get over the hump of a certain number of followers, you can send out links once in a while when you update your blog and do things like that. I mean, now I've got about 13,000 followers on Twitter, and every time I send out a link, I get 300 or 400 clicks on that link. And so I don't only send out links, I still participate in the conversation and talk to people and reply to people and all those other good things. It's no different than having a one-to-one friend relationship. If your friend sends you a message on Facebook or an email, you're going to want to reply to that if you want to stay friends with that person. So, and the same thing happens with Twitter. As more and more people reply to you, you're going to need to reply back to them, but it raises your profile and gets a lot more people to click on your website address.